Hi, this is Deanna Lawrence coming to you from my home office in Dorsey, Illinois, and today I'd like to share with you my review of Article Marketing Robot. If you are a serious article marketer, this is a piece of software that you really want to take a serious look at. It has some fantastic features that help you get your articles out there on the internet so that people can find them, and also to create lots of backlinks to your website. So let's go ahead and go over to the software and take a look at it. When you open the software, this is what you're going to see. This is the main screen. Down here at the bottom in this panel, you're going to see all of the directions on how to set up Article Marketing Robot. It is fairly easy. It just takes probably about 15 or 20 minutes, maybe a little bit longer if you're not familiar with setting up emails. But really, it doesn't take that long at all. One thing I do want to point out is that Article Marketing Robot, even though it is just a one-time cost, there is a service down here which they recommend. It's called dCapture. And what this is when you submit your articles to directories, a lot of times they're going to ask you to put in a captcha code. And I know you know what this is. It's one of those words or phrases or whatever that you're required to put in anytime you submit something to a website, so that the computer you're inputting into knows that you're a real person and not something trying to spam them. So with Article Marketing Robot, you can definitely do this manually, but I recommend that you go ahead and you get their service down here, because that's going to input those codes for you automatically. It's not that much. I think I've paid $10 so far for the last 3 weeks or so, and I haven't had no problems with that. I think I've purchased something like 1,000 captures or something. It was pretty reasonably priced, so it's something that I do recommend that you go ahead and buy. So coming up here to the top of the screen, step one is to create your author account. And as you can see here, I have an email address, and they do suggest that you use one that you don't get a real email to. I'll tell you why in a minute, but you're also going to fill out all your other information, first and last name, a username that you want to use to sign up to all of these article directories, your website, things like that. This information here, and the address and all that, is not my correct information, just in case you were wondering. And they do suggest that you kind of make something up. Going over here to the second step is they want you to set up your POP3 information. Now, like I said, when you sign up for a lot of these article directories, you're going to need to confirm your account with them, just like when you sign up for anything else. And Article Marketing Robot can do that for you automatically if you have this POP3 information put in here. So again, you don't want to use an email address that you normally get email to, otherwise Article Marketing Robot will download all of your email, and you don't want it to do that. You just want it to download the emails to confirm all of your directories. Okay, going on to step two. Here is where you're going to have a list of all the articles that you've submitted through Article Marketing Robot, and it's very easy to add a new one. We go over here to add, and you'll come up to this screen here. Now I have one that's all ready to go here over on my blog. I'm just going to copy and paste all of this information in here. All right, we're going to select all and copy. Don't worry about the pictures or anything. It's not going to paste those. Oops, and it actually just posted in the wrong spot. So let's try that again. Okay, so let me go back over and get my title one more time. And back over to Article Marketing Robot. Did it? Here we go. Okay, well, I think I'm just a word short. There we go. Okay, we're all set. So you'll notice the next box down here is a summary. Anytime you submit an article to a directory, they ask you to put in a summary. Now, you don't have to do this if you don't want to, but I highly suggest that you do. If you don't put this in, then usually the directory will take the first paragraph or so of your article and use that as your summary. So you want to put something really interesting in here that will get people to click on your article and read it more. As you can see, I've got some formatting issues here, and I would go through and fix all of these too. And then down here in the resource box, this is probably the most important part here of this screen. This is where you're going to put links back to your blog and also to any affiliate programs or lead capture pages that you might want to put in here. The one thing you do need to do is to know how to create a URL manually, because there's no way that you can highlight text and then create a link that way. So what you would want to do down here is put something like, you know, for more information on this subject, and this is a really bad example of what you would put in a resource box, you know, please go to, let's see, please see my other articles on, and this is where you would put in your keyword. This is how you create a manual URL. And this would be the name of my article right here. And I would put in my keywords, which in this article are article marketing tips. And we're going to close that out. All right, and this is how you would put a link back to your site. This is very important to do because that way Google will know that the original article is on your site, and it won't ding you for having multiple copies of an article out there, or even similar copies. They may not even be exact, but if they're similar, Google might still ding you unless they know that it is referencing the original article. So that's how you would do your resource box. Your keywords, again, you would put your keywords in here. And the next thing you do is put in your categories. Now, the one thing that they don't have in the software, which would be good, is if they had a list of categories that you could choose from. So you're going to have to just come up with some on your own. So work from home, home-based business, you know, business marketing, or just marketing. You can put things like that. And I would put in there also something just like business, just in case it can't match any directory at all. It'll have one that it'll probably match. And then these are the 5 parts that are required that you put in here. Now, the other great thing about Article Marketing Robot is that you can spin your articles, and this is very important to do. It helps your search rankings when you're creating your backlinks. And in order to do that, it's very, very simple. You would just find a word that you want to swap out with a new one. Let's see. And let's just try the word generate. If you double click on a word, give it a second here, Article Marketing Robot will come up with some synonyms for you over here. Now you see that they are right here. And so let's say we want to swap that word generate out with the word produce. In order to do that, you just come down here to the word syntax, click on that, and go ahead and type in produce. Now if you want to add a third or a fourth word to that, then just go ahead and put in the pipe symbol, and you would type in another word. Now I know that word doesn't really go in that sentence. You definitely want to make sure that all the words that you choose are going to fit in that sentence, so that it makes sense when somebody is reading it. Otherwise, it just looks like a spam article, and people won't read it at all. So you can also do complete phrases. So let's see if we can find one down here. Let's see, make sure your article is really about what the title says it's about. Let's see, make sure your article is, contains information on your subject. Okay, again, not a super good example there, but you get the idea. You can swap out entire phrases with the syntax button down here too. So now, well, I need to put a couple words up here, or else what I'm going to do next is not going to work for us. So just for time's sake here, I'm just going to copy and paste the title to the article. When you're all done doing your swapping out your words in that, you can hit this preview button down here, and it's going to come up with the article that you're going to submit. Let's see, and it looks like we did not get my, there we go. If you don't get all the letters just right in your URL, it will not show up correctly. So let's try that again. Go to preview. Now you can see down here that I have a hyperlink back to my website. Again, that would be back to the original article, not just to my root domain. And then you can tell you have I have an article, my article 764 words. If you hit this preview button again, you're going to get a completely different article. What it does is every time you hit that preview button, it spins the article again and creates a new one for you. So that is all there is to doing the spinning of your articles and setting up your resources. So let's hit OK. That's going to save that. And the third step is here going over to selecting your directories. As you can see, the ones in green are ones that are okay. I've submitted to them. They've been accepted. Some of them, the logins have failed. For some reason, I signed up for them, but they haven't been confirmed yet. The ones in red are articles that are directories that either they're not accepting any articles, or for some other reason it came back with an error and I wasn't able to submit an article to it. So to get going with your articles, you want to, this is what I usually do. I usually get rid of the check mark on none, hit this refresh button down here, and that's going to give me all the articles that are either green or yellow. I want to select all of them. If you do that, it puts a check mark in all of these. I'm going to make sure that that article that I just put in is the one that is selected here, or whichever one you want to submit. You want to make sure it shows up here in this box, and then you're going to hit the submit button. Now the next step it does is it takes you over here to this box where you can submit using the following schedule, or you can submit to all the sites at this time. Now I'm not actually going to submit this one. I'm going to cancel it, but I just wanted to show you the box that you get here. Now there are people who argue on both sides here whether or not that you should submit to all the directories at one time. I so far have not had a problem. I've not gotten dinged by Google for submitting to all the directories at once. If I did, I'd probably come back and let you know not to do that. But as of right now, I've been submitting to all my directories at one time, and it takes about 45 minutes, and I have not noticed any backlash from Google. So I would do whatever you feel comfortable with there, but again, that's what I'm doing. So, all right, this was an overview of Article Marketing Robot. Again, it's a piece of software that I highly recommend because it's going to completely shorten the time that it takes you to submit articles to directories. I mean, you really couldn't, submit to 1,400 directories on your own ever. I mean, it would take you all year to do that. So again, it's a really good piece of software. It creates lots of backlinks for you. It syndicates your articles so that it gets them out there where other people can read them. And I really hope you would consider getting it, especially if you're serious about marketing with articles and you want to build your business online. So now what you need to do is go ahead and click in the link below in the resource box here, and go ahead and get your Article Marketing Robot. They do have a 30-day money-back guarantee, so if you try it out and you don't like it, then no big deal. You'll get your money back on that. But once you do try it out, I think you will really like it, and it's going to prove to be a vital piece of software for you, just like it has for me. So again, this is Deanna Lawrence. Go ahead too, please, and visit my blog, deannalawrence.net. There's a lot of great articles over there on article marketing and other types of online marketing that will really help you build your business and build it fast.